Cosmic Bos are making an album and podcasting about it too. Then we got distracted by your side door. So welcome to episode 4, making an album in a month, part 1.
Alright.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
This is Cosmic Bos making of an album, episode 4, making an album in a month.
Making an album in a month.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for. Well, it's what we've done.
It is what we've done. So thank you very much for coming on this journey, getting ready for an exciting, basically 2-part conclusion to our making of an album series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a little side quest.
We did.
We were making an album.
If you've been listening to the podcast up until now, you're well aware of the side quest that we took, and we've put out some singles from it recently.
Yeah.
But, you know, this might be the very first thing you're listening to. So welcome to an exciting journey for you, hopefully, into the world of Cosmic Bos. Yeah. Where we make music incredibly quickly, and hopefully it's good too.
Have a good time doing it, right?
We're all about the fun.
Yeah, man. Well, this podcast is going to be exciting, I think, for me.
Yeah, so we decided to split it into 2 as well. So
2 parts.
Straight up, you're going to get the first half of the album in this episode, and then the second half of the album will be in the next one.
Yeah, this is part 1.
Yeah.
We recorded them in chronological order.
We did. Did we?
Well,
we haven't recorded part 2 yet.
No, so that's why we're doing it in chronological order.
No spoilers for part 2, because we haven't recorded it yet. We don't know what's going to happen.
I've got an idea what's going to happen.
You've got an idea.
Yeah. But yeah, so, mate, we've made a new album, and you're going to get to hear it in 2 podcasts.
We did, and we made it in a month, which was part of the challenge, and I very wisely throughout that month kept a diary of our progress.
Yeah.
So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go through the diary. So I haven't read it since I wrote it, and
I haven't
never read it.
I've never read it.
No.
I knew that you were writing it, but I don't know what you've written.
Yeah.
And this is quite exciting for me and for you, I imagine, in that, you know, we were deep in making the album, that as long as we hit our targets, we weren't too worried. But how we done it, or what order we done things, or how quickly we done things, I'm looking forward to hearing about.
Yeah, so, and hopefully, as a listener to this, if you're a musician and you're wanting some tips on how to make an album, hopefully there's some interesting tidbits in here for you. We did this all very quickly, but that meant that it had an energy and a vibrance, which is always a key component in making music, really.
Keeping it fresh. I think also if you've listened to our writing techniques podcast, so traditional and then alternative writing techniques, there were a few podcasts ago, we kind of used more the alternative style of how we made this album so fast.
Yeah.
The album's like called 2 a.m. It's mission time. I should mention that.
Yeah, we should. And again, all of these things will come up across the diary.
How we learn about it. Oh, okay.
So I'm going to read the introduction from the diary, and then we will spin on to track 1.
Here we go. Diary insert 1.
So I'm going to read it just as it is. So I always open my blogs. So I did it in my blog.
Yeah.
Adventures of a Creative, if you're interested in checking it out. And I always open my blogs, hello friends, so that's the first thing. Hello friends, welcome to a month-long special side quest that Cosmic Bos has decided to take part in. Nick and I, brackets Andy, because that's me, have accepted a challenge that is off the path of their main quest, making of an album, to make an album in a month. Lights and Lines record label laid down the challenge, and Cosmic Bos have picked up the bounty. As this is essentially a miniature condensed version of what Cosmic Bos are doing for the whole year, I've decided to keep a blog diary about it.
Nice. A bliry.
A bliry, yeah. So I kept a bliry.
Mm-hmm.
Probably isn't going to sell as well as Anne Frank's diary did.
Never, mate. She didn't know that hers was going to sell as well as it did.
That's
look
true.
What happened.
Yeah,
so you never know.
And plus, I didn't construct this diary under like threat of Nazi occupation.
Yeah. So that was your diary was easier to keep.
It was a little easier.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
That's part 1, insert 1 from the diary.
So
that's all we knew. We'd taken on a quest.
We had 1 month to make an album.
That was it.
So we're going to play you track 1 from that album. That, by the way, spoiler alert: we managed to do it. We made the album in a month.
We finished it in a month.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of a spoiler, wasn't it? Sorry.
You got to spoil some things occasionally.
But yeah, anyway, you can go and hear the entire album over on Bandcamp and buy it.
And
give us money.
Give us money, please.
Money, Pwease. But that's coming up later. So anyway, let's spin on with track 1, which is called Remission. Remission, which was pretty much about the taking on the challenge of making an album in a month. So that's why it ended up first, and I'm sure the diary will get to talking about the order and stuff a bit later on. Interesting. So okay, we're going to spin on next diary part 2. So day 1, Sunday the 1st of May 2022. That's this year, isn't it?
So what date was is this the date? What date did the competition get announced?
It got announced like a few weeks before, I think.
Was it? Was it that far before?
I think I've mentioned where we like. So I'll read this. And
sorry,
let's see what
I'll
happens.
stop asking questions. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first day of the competition and also the release day of Cosmic Bos Making of an Album Episode 3 Alternative Writing Techniques. A busy day indeed. So we found out about this album in a month a week ago, Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I knew it wasn't too.
While I was visiting Glastonbury for the weekend, in fact, I was sat outside our Airbnb having a smoke and drinking a tea, listening to some instrumentals that Nick and I had made with Joe Philogene. Big shout out to Joe Philogene.
Shout out, Joe.
The Monday before. So just that Monday before then that we'd made those tunes. And I was pondering some lyrical ideas and generally taking in the atmosphere from the base of the tour. We were staying literally on the tour hill.
Nice. Camping?
No, we were in an Airbnb, which I just said.
When you said you were staying on the hill, I just wondered if you meant
the
camping.
Airbnb was on the hill.
On the hill.
The hill with the tour on the top.
Wicked.
So, I was flicking through some social media, which, because I was sitting outside having a cigarette and a tea, when I came across the post by Mike 5 about this competition.
Mike 5, Lights and Lines.
I was in Glastonbury with my family for a medieval mini festival taking place at Glastonbury Abbey, so I couldn't really discuss this with Nick straight away. Because I couldn't discuss it with you straight away.
I was at home.
Taking the only option I had, I sent the link to Nick and applied on the spot.
Yeah.
And now we're here on the first day of the competition. We've had a week to ponder some ideas, and seeing as Glastonbury was tied into this side quest, it feels only fitting to use the tour as a guiding theme. This doesn't mean all the songs will be about the tour, it just means that the mystical, spiritual energy of Glastonbury Tour is the signpost that we will work around.
Mm-hmm.
As we were already making several pieces of music for our Improv Squared project, we were here at day 1 with 16 pieces of music already in existence. 7 of these were recorded with Joe, and the other 9 were just Nick and me. Andy, just in case you'd forgotten. None of them have vocals yet, so we will get to writing some soon. I will refer to the songs by number across this diary until they have names. For example, Song 4 was recorded in the first session that Nick and I did, but it got plucked from the pile and used as an example in our making of an album series. And it became The More You Learn, The Less You Know.
Yeah, we released that last month.
We did. And very wisely in my blog diary, I've inserted the video for it.
Nice. So go and read the blog and watch the video. Watch the video.
Amongst
anyway.
yourselves for a few minutes. I'm just going to watch the video to myself.
Oh, cool.
Oh, no, I won't do that. That's bad podcasting.
It's terrible podcasting. Don't do it.
So,
Delete it. Delete everything.
Nick and I have had a few discussions while we were frantically putting together our most recent podcast episode about this upcoming project and the possible inclusion of The More You Learn, The Less You Know. But as it's gone out as part of our podcast, we're currently not going to include it for submission. But and we are thinking bonus track at the moment. So I mean, that was something we were very early on, like we might use that song, but we put it out. My intention is to write a song specifically about the Isle of Avalon. Funny, because it ends up being called Isle of Avalon. No. Glastonbury Tour and the history of the area. Again, I'll keep you posted on its development. On day 1, the working title for this project is 2 o'clock it's mission time, based on an old saying of Nick and mine. It's a long story.
Yeah.
There you go. So even on day 1, we had the original version of it being our actual saying, which was 2 o'clock it's mission time.
I think it was interesting because you sent me was like a WhatsApp link, right? And I had already read the thing. I think I followed Mike on. No, actually, no. You sent it to me and I read it. And as soon as I read "Make an album in a month," I was like, "Well, we're clearly making an album in a month." And then you and I didn't see each other for a few days. Yeah. You were away, right? So it was only until a few days before May began that we were like, "Right, we're going to do this." And the whole concept and idea had already begun. We had already recorded 16 pieces of music. I think it's actually only 14.
Said 9, didn't it?
No, we've done 7 with Joe.
Oh yeah, 16.
But track 1 and 2 got lost.
Yeah.
So we actually only had 14, I think. So although there's numbers 1 to 16, songs 1 and 2 don't actually exist.
No, I think that's not right. There was 18.
Oh, is it?
And then 2 were lost.
You sure?
The 16, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is correct.
Anyway, we lost 2 tracks. But we had recorded these like a few days before.
Yeah, like the Monday
middle of April, or just towards the end of April. So we had loads of pieces of music that we were going to work on, and instead this project came up and we were in a pretty good hot seat, right?
Yeah, so we were like, wow, there's 16 songs we can already take and develop. Like, and again, just to understand that none of them had vocals or anything. They were just pieces of music.
Yeah. Made in our Improv Squared way, right?
Yeah.
We just overdub ourselves.
And we were lucky enough to get a day in the studio with Joe, so we recorded several pieces, of which 2 turn up on this record.
Yeah. 2 songs by Joe.
Okay, should we move on to day 2?
Yeah, hear me.
Day 2 in the making of an album house. Monday, 2nd of May, 2022. Am I right? It's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's a good impression, but it was a bit slow.
Okay, sorry. With several pieces of music requiring lyrics, I began my quest of writing said lyrics. On this day, the beach helped birth Money Pwease. So on day 2, I wrote Money Pwease.
Money Pwease.
And in brackets it says song 7, because that was the song.
So that was the 7th improv squared that we made.
A song idea I've been pondering since last weekend, originally linked to Parks and Recreation. It has since morphed into a set of lyrics about scammers. I also put down the words of To Hurricane Came, which was song 6, something else I've been pondering for a while. Built out of a chorus lyric I'd sung to Nick while we were travelling to the Premium Blend radio interview that we did, which you can still find online if you want to listen to us.
Played 5 tracks live.
We did.
Good. That was good fun.
Apart from that, not much work has been done on the upcoming album. That's a bit of a miss. I've written 2 sets of lyrics and then we're going, not much work.
Yeah.
Abby, my beautiful wife, has been doing some research into the Isle of Avalon. See, so I was said in that last one, I was like, I need to do some research into the Isle of Avalon. I enlisted the wife for that because that's definitely more her thing. And Glastonbury Tour in particular, which will form the basis of an upcoming track for sure. Some other ideas rattling around. We'll see what comes out of it. Tomorrow is Boss Night, where Nick and I get together and work on music, so development will surely occur. Wow, so we didn't even see each other on those first 2 days of the month of the challenge.
No, but as you say, the idea of Money Pwease and Hurricane came from you and I listening to them in the van driving to do the show.
Yeah, so Money Pwease, especially, quite hilariously, we were actually riffing on Jean-Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Because he does these weird little singy things.
Does loads.
You are the worst! And we were doing that, and then we started adding in Mona Lisa, which is his sister, and her best catchphrase is Money Pwease!
Yeah, quickly chat if you haven't watched Parks and Rec Creation. Watch. Well, you haven't spoiled it, you just told them her catchphrase.
Yeah, she's not in it for ages.
But it's definitely a show worth watching if you haven't. I'm sure it's on Prime or something.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think
it's on Netflix as well.
Is one of the funniest shows of the last 20 years.
But the beauty of this, when we were kind of just messing around. We also wrote another one, or came up with the ideas for another one, right? Which was Step Too Far.
Yeah, I think that will get mentioned too.
Which is a song that didn't make it, but coming up with those ideas, and then that's it. 2 days later, Andy's there going, I've kind of got these almost ready to go to the simple improv squared that we'd already recorded, like no we hadn't mixed or done anything, or dynamic them or anything.
Yeah, no, they were just ideas. So okay, we'll go on to day 3.
Day 3,
Tuesday, 3rd of May 2022.
It's a good day. It's a good day that day.
Nick and I got together. It's a Tuesday, traditional boss night after all. It was pretty productive. We wrote the full set of lyrics/script for a dancey little number called A Step Too Far.
There it is. I mentioned I spoiled it earlier.
You did?
Song 5, sorry.
It was lots of fun doing the backwards and forwards vocals between the 2 characters singing/chatting the song. Looking forward to developing it. Oh dear. We also put down the demo vocal for Hurricane Came.
Wow, that early?
It was on day 3. Yeah. So that can get developed further by Nick.
The demo vocal was terrible.
It was terrible, yeah. Well, I remember not wanting to record it for you because I was like, I haven't developed it.
You sang it in a much lower octave than you eventually sang the song. It was so I could mix the music though. It did come together quite quickly.
So Nick does the production and he does a fine job of it. I don't know why. Diary's bigging you up.
You're flattering me.
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
At such an early stage in the album making process, there's not too much for him to do until we've written all the lyrics and recorded the vocals. So that is the focus for now. We won't be meeting up again until Saturday, so there are a few days to get some lyrics down and ideas flowing, in between all the normal working day activities that make up our existence. We also discussed some vocal concepts for song 19, something Nick has been kicking about for a little while. A while back we'd done some improvising over it, and we had a solid melody in place already, just not the words to flesh it out. Currently, we're considering the theme of Catch a Clue, as this works nicely as a hook. Early days on this one, that is worth mentioning in the diary. There we go. So that's the first 3 days. So already in those very first 3 days, we had Money Pwease, Hurricane Came, the birthing concepts for Catch a Clue,
and birthing of Isle of Avalon as well.
Yeah, and Isle of Avalon is what, yeah.
So we should mention then Catch a Clue is a piece of music that I'd made a few months before in like 20 minutes and then never listened to again. I showed it to you once.
Well, we came up with actually the original vocal was called Something New, and it followed exactly the same melody as it does in the final. It was that. This seems like a perfect place to pop in song 2, because song 2 on the album happens to be Catch a Clue.
So this kind of we wrote this pretty quickly.
Yeah,
should we hear it?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Catch a Clue.
Oh, and by the way, this has got a cool video as well, which you can check out.
You should definitely watch it. Yeah.
Never really see what you think you see. It's decoded chaos through brain chemistry, then reprocessed through your memory, bearing no resemblance to reality. But the clock stopped and time said meh. It's like the laws of nature and our rules don't share. So you climb to the top for the world to see, but got all smashed up by some gravity. Tightrope tie, but the gap's too wide. It's fallen from grace on the rapid side. Course on the horse of catastrophe. Tumble on or come down from pure ecstasy. You think you're fooling, snooze, you lose the screws. I'm patrolling for you. Get a grip, get a smarter, catch a clue. The blues and twos, I'm looking out for you. Get a grip, a non-starter, catch a clue. The truth, elude the ever-scrolling news. Get to grips, take a moment, catch a clue. It's up to you, exactly what you choose. Have a think, light bulb moment, catch a clue. Didn't really hear what you thought you heard. Considered for a second, it's clearly absurd. Caribbean pirate got the poop deck bird. Fresh Prince showed that paper beats rock. Previous iterations were performed in frocks or placed in stocks and then pelted, condemned quicker than the ice cream melted. Chin up sport, it's all the shifting. Multiverses all coexisting, nothing short of everything missing. Who do you think you're fooling? Snooze, you lose the screws. I'm patrolling for you. Get a grip, get a smarter, catch a clue. The blues and twos, I'm looking out for you. Get a grip, a non-starter, catch a clue. The truth, elude the ever-scrolling news. Get to grips, take a moment, catch a clue. It's up to you, exactly what you choose. Have a think, light bulb moment, catch a clue. Every corner taken straight. Problems in a state. Snooze, you lose the screws. I'm patrolling for you. Get a grip, get a smarter, catch a clue. The blues and twos, I'm looking out for you. Get a grip, a non-starter, catch a clue. The truth, elude the ever-scrolling news. Get to grips, take a moment, catch a clue. It's up to you, exactly what you choose. Have a think, light bulb moment, catch a clue. Excuse, then cruise, the views are all askewed. Get the pip, set the plaza, catch a clue. Confused, bemused, become your own guru. Get the trip, get enlightened, catch a clue. The clues I do. Something old, something borrowed, something blue. Diffuse the ruse they've been pulling on you. Get a grip, take a moment, catch a clue.
Wow. It's a lovely piece of music.
It's dancey as hell, isn't it? Yeah.
It's very different from the rest of the record because of the way it was written, I think.
Yeah, it was made in a very different way. It was made kind of improv squared by myself.
Yeah.
But say it's literally I've just got this riff, I'll record it.
Well, we came in, I think it probably comes up in the diary, but we do later on come and add on synth and extra layers, don't we?
I'm sure it was on a Tuesday night, where the studio used to be in the other room, and I was waiting for you to come up, and I'd made it just before you came up, kind of thing. It was genuinely made really like as a little piece of music. It wasn't structured or anything.
And it sat in your folder. It was called Something New, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, should we spin on?
Spin on, mate. Diary time.
Day 4, Wednesday, 4th of May, 2020. I don't say the year every time, you know which year, isn't it? Pretty normal working day today. Been busy, but not working on the album. I've been listening to the pieces of music we made though, and mulling over a few ideas. Took some time on the beach in the evening to mull over some lyrics. Put down a set called Whatever You Say It Is, It Isn't for song 9. I'll practice it up and see if we can demo it at the weekend.
So that is the first song of Joe's.
Yeah, and in fact the piece of music underneath right now is from that song. I also actually quickly, because although it does say that there, I had the ideas for that song in Glastonbury, and I had the chorus lyric wrong, like before that was the only thing I wrote in Glastonbury.
Yeah.
And I showed it to Abby and I was like, look at what I wrote while we were in Glastonbury, and she heard it and went, oh, like, this is really negative. All it is it's wrong.
Yeah, don't believe everything you know. It's all wrong, mate. Yeah, it is telling you that you're all wrong. I think this piece of music certainly stood out, didn't it? This song out of the recordings with Joe Philogene, shout out Joe Philogene. Yeah. This one jumped right out.
So we should say, like, Joe plays traditional African instruments, and all the work we've ever done with him, he's got an 8-string ngoni, which is just a gorgeous instrument. But he has a special 12-string ngoni, which he only plays at home, and he brought that to this session. So it was really kind of like something special, really extra special that he brought in for us. So it was really important that we honoured that in what we did.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we'll come back to it when we get to the song. That is also in part 1.
Yeah. So, cool. Sorry. This is it. It's interesting. We're in like the weird timelines here, right?
So we'll move on. Day 5, Thursday, 5th of May, 2000. You know.
Yeah. You know it. You can stop doing it if you want, or just carry on. It's up to you.
I'm going to carry on because it's annoying you. It's funny.
It's not annoying me.
Oh, is it not annoying you? Oh, no. I'm going to stop then.
Cool.
Another crazy day at work. Done some listening to our instrumentals to keep them fresh in my mind. Also, in brackets Andy, just in case you were reading. Started later this morning, so I had an extra cheeky hour on the beach for lyrics. I've put down a couple of verses to a song that Nick has been working on. Brackets song 15.
Song 15.
Nick had already written a chorus, so I've been twiddling with a few ideas for the verses.
Ooh.
It still needs a title, but that's not a big issue right now.
That's so early in the month that song.
Yeah.
So again, song 15 was a piece of music that I've made even closer to this competition.
It was
nothing.
Going to be a candidate for the Odor.
Yeah, it was a little piece of music made for the kind of to go towards the Odor. Instead, we brought it forward. The chorus is actually written about Theo.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, cool. I can't believe how early we've done that.
Well, because you handed it to me with a chorus, so that was a song that had a chorus already.
Yeah.
And I was tasked with constructing the verses. Yeah. And I'm sure I'll come back to it because that was me twiddling around with some ideas.
But this whole time, on my side of things, because so much music had already been recorded, and at some point in the near future we record more. But
So I'm pretty sure when we get to the weekend, that's when we
can't
do
believe how fast certain things came together. When it came to the lyrics and stuff, it said apart from one chorus, and you done it all, right? You wrote all the melodies and stuff. We messed about occasionally and come up with ideas, but you went back away and wrote them. It's crazy how fast it all came together.
Yeah. So then, Day 6, Friday, the 6th of May. There's a correlation, I don't know if you've noticed, between the days and the date.
Yeah, it does.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that was in 2022 as well, just in case.
Okay.
Sorry, 2022. That's the word. That's the worst accent part.
Yeah.
So got out of work an hour early, so I could go sit on the beach. You've seen a theme yet? Drink tea and write some lyrics.
Andy lives by the beach, by the way.
I do. If you follow us on any media, you'd know that, because I pretty much always do my social media from the beach.
Yeah,
it's bad 4G there, unfortunately. So anyway, that's a sidetrack. Sidetrack from the sidetrack. Classic. That's Deadpooling, that is. Did some tweaking to a set of lyrics for song 18 and wrote a full set to song 12 called Quilt.
Okay.
So on day 6 I wrote Quilt.
So Quilt is the other Joe song that is on the record.
So as an interesting aside to that as well, that was one where the piece of music required us to go in and do some changes. It's the only piece of music, again it will come up later in the diary, but we added more to that.
Yes.
But anyway, tomorrow is a full studio day for us, so we will hopefully make a chunk of progress. And that is the end of this section of the diary.
This is the next day 7 is the big day.
Yeah, so I think we should go to the next song on the record, which hasn't been mentioned yet because it hadn't been conceived, none of the music had been recorded, none of the words had been written, and it's called Bards for Hire.
Should we hear it right now?
Let's hear it right now.
Plastered on pages in books no one reads, tales of wonder. Why aren't they considering remaking these? Let's go, we're Bards for Hire. Give us coin and we'll give you fire. Early birds brought down the wire, singing all that you desire. Let's go, we're Bards for Hire. A little coin's all we require. We books for days, are you the buyer? Any requests, just please inquire. Culture scared to grow. Embrace about face and let the future show. Be the boss you want to work for, and be the boss's ideal workforce. Let's go, we're Bards for Hire. Give us coin and we'll give you fire. Early birds brought down the wire, singing all that you desire. Let's go, we're Bards for Hire. A little coin's all we require. We books for days, are you the buyer? Any requests, just please inquire. SB for age, we're here to help you. Perspective shift to make it see through. Let's go, we're Bards for Hire. Give us coin and we'll give you fire. Early birds brought down the wire, singing all that you desire. Let's go, we're Bards for Hire. A little
all we require. We've hooks for days. Are you the buyer? Any requests? Just please inquire. Let's go, we're bards for hire. Give us coin and we'll give you fire. Early birds brought down the wire, singing all that you desire. Let's go, we're bards for hire. A little coin's all we require. We've hooks for days. Are you the buyer? Any requests? Just please inquire.
Lovely little bit of Bards for Hire there.
Bards for Hire.
Track 3 from 2 a.m. It's mission time.
2 a.m. It is mission time.
Right, should we get cracking back into
What's
the
next
diary?
on the diary? Look, we've got a theme. We're running with it.
Yeah, we are. So the next is Day 7, Saturday, 7th of May. Can you guess which year?
2021.
No, you're wrong.
Your accent on certain words is good.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's a bit
it's
ropey,
terrible,
but I like it. Or do I hate it?
Well,
You don't know
I've got a
now.
friend who's a Geordie, so I'll ask him what he thinks. He'll probably tell me that it's the worst he's ever heard.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It's up there.
But anyway, big day today. We started early for us, chatting through what we wanted to get done. Then spent the afternoon creating 5 new improv squared instrumentals, which were songs 20 to 24, to flesh out the missing parts of the album. For these 5, we went guitar, acoustic layering, and electric loveliness. We did 2 passes with guitars on each, and then a synth and bass pass. It was great fun, in fact. In the music making process, the most fun part is the start. When you are energetically extracting the music from the multiverse, it's exhilarating. We also discussed further the title of the album and the artwork. We've tweaked the title slightly to 2 a.m. It's mission time, since we felt that the o'clock was too ambiguous as to which 2 we were referring to. We may very well change it back, but we didn't, for that very reason.
We named again, so the idea was about the title was early,
Yeah,
and we
very
even agreed on it early. There's a story behind all of that, isn't it? We also
Yeah.
tried using it as an improv title once, didn't we? And Joe was not having any of it.
We did, in fact, for the very first improv,
There's a second
full
improv.
improvisation one. I'm sure it was
it
the
the
first
first
one. Yeah, we said, can we call it 2 a.m. or 2
2
o'clock is
o'clock
mission time? And Joe said no.
Yeah, so we respected Joe's decision and saved it.
It ended up being called Soundscapes in the Moment, which was definitely a more appropriate title.
Absolutely, yeah, couldn't agree more.
So, where we are. We
Feeling
also
it.
looked at some of the photos I'd taken in Glastonbury and have a couple of favourites to become the album cover and back cover respectively.
Made sense, didn't it?
Yeah, so we were already looking at them.
So this is a busy day. So we recorded 5 songs,
Yeah.
decided all of this stuff. Okay.
So, and I guess in the keeping with the making it all in a month, all 5 of those instrumentals, numbers 20 through 24, made it to the record.
Yeah.
But they were the only actual 5 that were recorded in the month. So there's a bit of a confusion over the song numbering, because although they're called songs 20 to 24, songs 1 and 2 were blank. So we only had 22
Two
pieces
songs.
of music that we were working from.
Yeah.
But they were numbered up to 24. Anyway. So next, that was a very big day.
Yeah, got loads done. I remember that day really well. And when we were like prepping to do the improv squares, we were just throwing ideas at each other. So they are 5 pieces of music that definitely felt a bit more layered.
Well, in fact,
Naturally.
I think I'd been twiddling around with something on guitar, which I was already bringing to that with the idea of that being Isle of Avalon.
Yeah.
So,
And
at this point,
it became Isle of Avalon.
it did.
Yeah.
And that was 22 or 21?
No, 22 is
Bards of Hire, we just heard.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Well, we'll
which
find
one's
out later.
which.
But yeah, so anyway.
So 22 pieces of music at this point
mhm.
were recorded.
Yeah.
And we were planning on releasing 11 or 12 songs.
Yeah. And obviously we'd already, at this point, been writing and developing a song that doesn't make it to the final ones, which is called A Step Too Far.
Which I'm sure we'll release one day.
We
Do
definitely
something
will.
with
And it's, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so next day.
So a week in,
Yeah.
to the project, and we were cruising, right? I seem to remember at this point being like, we're very comfortably on schedule.
Well, I mean, at that point, all the music in some way existed.
So,
we would go on to do a bit of overdubbing on Quilt.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we didn't, or maybe Catch a Clue and Patient
We've
Mystery.
done a couple
we'll
of
see
little
if that
bits,
comes up.
So we were in a very good position after a week, right?
Yeah. And as we said, those 5 that we did on that day, they all make the album.
Yeah.
They kind of make up the backbone of it.
Yeah.
And are sort of the closest to traditional writing with on the record, because they're very guitar led, which is where me and Nick are both that's our most competent instrument.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool songs. All 5 of them.
Absolutely. So after that day, on day 8, day 8, Sunday, 8th of May, 2022, have been listening to the instrumentals we made, pondering some lyrical ideas, but nothing concrete yet, letting the ideas flow while the sun shines. Nick did some tweaking of song 3.
I did do some tweaking
we
of
should
song
mention
3.
song 3, the infamous song 3.
Songs 3 didn't get developed, make it, right?
No,
I worked on it.
The very first set of things that we'd done was songs 1 through 7,
Yeah.
and song 3 is very upbeat and very shiny, happy piece
It's a bit
of
twee,
music.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
quite twee.
And so I looked at it originally for vocaling, but then you'd said you wanted to go in and tighten it up and make it a bit nicer, which you did.
Yeah.
And then song 4 became The More You Learn, The Less You Know.
Yeah.
Song 5 became Hurricane.
Yeah.
Well, no, other way around, sorry. Step Too Far was song 5.
Yeah,
and then
maybe.
song 6 became Hurricane, and song 7 became Money Pwease. So that's why they're the beginning end of this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, we'll move on again. Day 9, Monday, 9th of May, 2022. We're going to get that 2022 sounding right eventually. Back to normal work day. Not much musical advancement. I've been listening to the instrumentals, chewing over some ideas in my brain land, but nothing put down today. It's the fallow day.
Quiet day.
I think
That's also important though, right?
Well, after Saturday had been such a big day that I think Sunday and Monday were both
Important to rest though, and as you say, like you must have been listening to the same pieces of music regularly. I know, like you do it when you go and sit on the beach or whatever.
But you're right, basically all I was really listening to in that
His instrumentals, coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
So quiet day, Monday. There's not much we can add to that.
No.
Because if I had done something, I told you about it, so you could put it in the diary. So I clearly done nothing.
Well, again, there wasn't much for you to do. Well, you'd worked on song 3, something that again didn't get.
Yeah.
Any
I
further.
think I loved song 3. But it is pretty twee.
I have written a set of lyrics for it.
Yeah, it will
by the
come
way.
out at some point. Is it called Song 3?
No, I can't remember what it's called.
It's a bit of a cheat.
Song Twee.
Yeah, well, otherwise it's kind of following Blur, isn't it? We don't need to do that.
We don't need song 3.
No.
But yeah. So anyway, should we have another song?
You want another song? Okay, what is the song we're going to hear?
The next song is actually Isle of Avalon, which is obviously we've heard in the diary that it's an idea that's going to come out. In fact, it's the central theme of the record. This was also the song that we put forward for the singles playlist, which we'll just end up getting to, I'm sure.
We'll mention, yeah. Look, we like dropping little hints here, isn't it? It's interesting. Yeah, this was as you say, you've got some research done on this song, and this was one of the last 5 recorded on the 7th.
Yeah.
So this kind of was attacked with a little bit of an idea, right?
Yeah. It came with a sort of a nicely thought out structure before we started.
Yeah. All right, well, let's hear it.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, this one. Isle of Avalon.
Witnessed by the holy thorn, touched by the forevermore, as a new day is reborn, spiritual to the core, ravaged by the holy war, cursed to the forevermore, riches given to the poor. I'll forget the next round in, tables turned around again. Jesus placed his grail here in the fairy caves of Anwin. Glastonbury Abbey monks tell tales of time since gone from the Isle of Avalon. Prism in galore, being forevermore, riches for the poor, religion slapped by Henry, disbanded monasteries, still forevermore, secrets kept in store. I'll forget the next round in, tables turning for the king. Jesus left the grail here in the fairy caves of Anwin. The Glastonbury Abbey monks sing histories through song in the Isle of Avalon. Arthur got the last round in, tables turned to bury him. The Holy Grail might be down in the fairy caves of Anwin. Chalice, well, water, irons, pineal gland grows strong on the Isle of Avalon, the Isle of Avalon. Isle of Avalon.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we like my favourite thing with Impulse Square is that every time you overdub, because when you get to overdub like licks, cool guitar licks, and find nice sounding effects for them, and they sound like that doesn't sound made up on the spot at all.
No, and then again, it's sort of semi-made up on the spot, isn't it? When we recorded them, we played it through a couple of times so we knew what was going on.
We kind of just so certainly for these last 5 songs, or the last 5 songs we recorded, we attacked it with let's have a chorus. Let's have a chord change.
Yeah.
So it was thought about for a minute or two, being like, what do you reckon about this? What do you reckon about that? And went for it. So which is why songs like that come out, because it's the chord changes are great.
It is a beautiful song.
Right, what's next on the diary?
Right, let's go spin on, shall we? So, Day 10, Tuesday, 10th of May, 2022.
What's your Geordie name? Have you got a Geordie name? What's the guy's name that does that?
What, from Big Brother? And it's cheeky because it's kind of a link into a song later on. There's a whole song on the record about 1984.
And also, you're my big brother.
And I'm your big brother. Yeah.
Well, you're my older brother. I'd beat you up if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's probably true. So anyway, let's read the thing then.
Yeah.
So, as I've got the next few days off work after today, which is what I kind of did, I arranged this so that I had my a bunch of time off at the beginning of the month to write the lyrics.
Smart.
I have lots of ideas swimming around that I want to funnel down into lyric sets. After work, I sat on the beach and wrote out Close to the Public. So Close to the Public, brackets song 24. So that was the very last piece of music in the thing.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, that Close to the Public is the last track on the record. So that actually existed quite early in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite
Okay.
early. So yeah, day 10. Yeah.
So then we'll spin on the next one's quite long. So day D11.
But just quickly, we had an idea, didn't we? We had goals through the month.
Yeah.
Where we, by a certain point in the month, we needed to be somewhere, and the idea being, middle of the month, we'd have the vocals not necessarily recorded but written.
Yeah.
Right?
My aim writing the lyrics was to have the first 2 weeks to have everything not just written but then like ready to record for you.
Yeah.
Because that was the
If you broke it down into weeks, wasn't it? It was 1 week to record the music, 1 week to write the vocals, third week to record the vocals, and then the last week and a half to mix.
Finish. Yeah.
And so that was our target, right, the whole way through.
Yeah. So what was interesting there was that was day 10, Tuesday, but we didn't have Boss Day. We actually had Boss Day the next day.
No, do we not?
No,
Why?
I don't know, but maybe it says in the next bit.
Okay. So what
So
day?
What day do you reckon it is?
The next day, 12?
Day 11.
11, sorry.
One day before Nick predicted, Wednesday, 11th of May, 2023. Is that two? That doesn't sound right, does it? 2022.
It's easier.
2022. No, it doesn't sound right now, does it? It sounds like Jethro's coming in. Hello. Anyway, yeah. Big day today. Got a lot of stuff done. I had the day off work, so I focused in on lyrics. Spent the morning writing Isle of Avalon, brackets, song 21, which I had tasked my beautiful wife with doing the research for me, as previously mentioned earlier on.
That's the song you just heard as well, right?
Yeah.
Just a little reminder.
I had a full page of notes for tackling this idea, which was the foundation idea for the whole album. The song is about the Isle of Avalon and the surrounding area, paying close attention to its history and its spiritual and musical significance. Also, having a song about Glastonbury can only be a good omen towards Cosmic Bos, can't even say our own name, Cosmic Bos getting to play the actual festival soon. From this idea though, we have sprung most of the other threads for the album. Even though Isle of Avalon is one of the last sets of lyrics to be written, I continued my morning of lyric writing by tidying up Close to the Public and fully finishing Catch a Clue. Song 15 has been lyrically finished too, now with the title Patient Mystery. So that's the earlier mentioned Nick
That's the one
chorus one.
I wrote the chorus
Yeah.
for.
Nick is going to lead this one, so we recorded a guide vocal on the verses that I had written and fleshed out the structure. We also recorded a new Mini Nova and electric guitar line for both Patient Mystery and Catch a Clue.
We improv squared both songs.
So that was that day.
And just to clarify that, so I'd recorded the chorus demo, but you recorded the verses demo for almost me to take away and learn, right?
Yeah. So you could
I
get the
remember
pacing
that.
and stuff. Yep. So yeah, Nick and I discussed out the plan for the remainder of the month, working out when we need to have recorded all the vocals by, get the mixing done, and hopefully getting it mastered ourselves before the 1st of June. If we haven't got it mastered, it's not the end of the world. We will submit the complete album unmastered to the competition and master it ourselves afterwards. That's exactly what happened.
The competition offered mastering. It was not being judged on production value, was it? It was being done on songwriting.
Yeah. So at this point though, we already have 10 songs with music and lyrics, and we have a further 12 instrumentals to extract a couple more tracks from.
22 songs.
So yeah, already at this point there's quite a chunk going on. Right, and then should we spin on to the next day? I mean, that was a big day, a lot happened there.
Day 12 was that?
Yeah. No, that was day 11.
Day 11, yeah, see? So we were 10 songs deep by a week and a half in.
Well, also, that does say it's 10 songs deep, but one of those songs is a step too far. So actually, there's going to be another 3 written. although it says
we
there.
we kind of knew that A Step Too Far at this point wasn't going to feature. We were discussing it because it will come out at some point, and the idea of it is me and you being
we're in a pub,
in it,
it's
being geezers
a
back and forth.
landlord and a patron having a silly discussion.
We've kind of, I don't know if anybody's heard an old song by
I mean,
us.
we could mention it, I suppose, if
It's
someone wants to go exploring.
It's on YouTube somewhere, isn't it?
It is on YouTube. It's very hard to find because
It
of
is
its
hard to find.
title.
So it's called Effin' Lucky C.
That's right.
That is the official title, right?
And the artist name is Vocalizer. But I think
Yeah.
if you search for Oxynucid and Vocalizer, you'll find it.
So Oxynucid is a friend who's a
Yeah.
DJ, electronic musician.
Yeah.
And anyway, so A Step Too Far was kind of being part 2 of that, bit different, but that idea. So if you want to hear the idea of what A Step Too Far is going to be, find Effin' Lucky C on YouTube.
As long as you can handle hearing the C word like 50 times.
I reckon it's a lot more than 50
It's a lot more than
times.
50
If you
times.
include all the delays and stuff, a lot more.
There's a lot of delayed C
But
words.
it's pretty funny, crazy tune. It's pretty dancey. I'd recommend people heard it. I think even people that don't like the C word will enjoy the song.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
our
well,
mum being a prime example.
That's true. For some reason, our mum really likes that song.
Yeah, but she hates that word, and she'll tell you she hates that word over and over again. But when you play her a song where you hear it 100 times, she's like, "Yeah."
I'll tell you what, to make things a bit easier for people, what I'll do is I'll embed it in a blog. So if you come and find a blog related to this episode, I'll put a link to Effin' Lucky C.
Yeah, mate, good idea. We should get that heard because that's classic.
So yeah, you'll be able to hear that. Yeah.
So what are we doing another day? What's the next
we've got
day?
day 12. So day 12, Thursday, 12th of May, 2022. I've said 2 so many times in this.
What I like
doesn't
about
sound
it
right.
each time is you're saying the 12th of May, and you're
After
saying day 12,
yeah.
12th of May. Like you don't need to.
No, I know. I did that throughout the diary. It's just because
so
it's making me laugh
Like
every
making
time.
you like, okay,
because
cool.
it's so
Alright, as
stupid.
long as you're happy, mate.
Okay, good.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
And we can delete it before we
No,
publish.
I like it. I delete it all really, but yeah, cool. Carry on.
So, the day started with the sunrise, brackets, as they so often, no, always do, close bracket. See, it's a little joke there I put in. It
That's
wasn't
also
funny, should I take
no,
it out?
There's no, delete it. But it's not factually correct either. Some places the sun doesn't come up.
That's true, but for me, alright, anyway.
But for you, it's true. So we'll let you off.
It's my truth. Tell me yours. It's a good title, maybe we should steal it.
Like it. Okay. Go on. Day 12.
So yeah, blah blah blah, day rise, sunrise, and I had a hankering to get going on some lyrics that I'd been pondering. Many years ago, I wrote a tribute song to Bill Hicks called Erase All the Lines. It was my previous band, The Little Man, and for an it was for my previous band, The Little Man, and for an album we never ended up making. It was built around snippets of Bill Hicks' stand-up comedy routine, which for the demo, I had literally recorded my CD player speaker with a microphone. It sounded terrible.
Of course it did.
Yeah, it was awful. But as a concept, it worked.
Yeah, I remember the song.
Mm-hmm.
I remember The Little Man.
Yeah. I'm not surprised you remember us. You've been around for a while.
Yeah, I followed you around.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
And for anyone out there that's not Little Man Tate, they did alright. They were like famous. The Little Man, which was me and my friend Ali, we weren't very famous.
You couldn't hear it. You can't hear your music anywhere, can you? 'Cause you're on
I
Spotify and stuff.
think we did end up putting up a proper album that you can see
You
on
what?
Spotify. Yeah.
We're cool. It's still on there.
Yeah.
Cool,
It has
okay.
0 listeners.
You
But
should check it out though, because like that's a step in time for your songwriting. And
I'll post a link to it.
You post a little link.
I'll
Basically,
post
we're
a
going to do a
little
blog
Yeah.
about this podcast with 1 million links.
Yeah. So if you want to find out some Little Man stuff, I'll link to that in there.
We're about to release a new album, but if you want to hear all this old stuff by us as well.
Oh dear, where was I? Yes. I've been discussing the idea of doing a Bill Hicks song with Abby, and it seemed like an idea that fit nicely with this current project. So after mentioning the idea to Nick last night, back on day 11, memories of day 11, my brain had started mulling over lyrical ideas for Untitled Bill Hicks tribute song. Well, this morning I wrote it, and it's called Here's Tom with the Weather, brackets song 20.
So one of the last 5 recordings.
Yeah. Hopefully it is a fitting tribute to the late, great Bill Hicks.
Legend.
Yeah, you won't actually get to hear that until part 2. But anyway, yeah. The day proved to be a beautiful one, and it delivered up another set of lyrics in the afternoon. Look at that. It's double duties. Bards for Hire, song 23, which you have already heard. That was the third song. Which is a very meta song about where Cosmic Bos are hoping to go next, at least for the money, Pwease. As this project has taken shape, we've been discussing some of the characters that might be lurking around. With Glastonbury and history both being prominent themes, it felt fitting to explore where music was in these spiritual times. So we created the Bards, two wandering musicians telling tales of wonder through song. Wandering Wonders. I also made a few moves on another song. Ooh, but that is a story for tomorrow. It was a busy day. Well, this is I'm right down to my last few days to do this.
Yeah. So we're on day 12, and we're hoping kind of day 14, 15 would be. So what day was day 12? Thursday?
It was a Thursday.
So I went away on the Friday, didn't I? I was away for the weekend.
So this is it. Then I'm going to write 2 more lyrics sets in the next day.
Don't spoil it.
Spoil it, sorry.
Don't spoil it. Pretend that didn't happen.
Okay, you didn't hear me say that.
Delete it.
If you've got one of those like Men in Black memory and erasing things lying around, just quickly get it out, set it to the last 37 seconds. 17 seconds. 27 seconds, probably by the time I've finished talking. Yeah. And then you should be fine. Just forget it. Cool.
Alright, so should we play a song then?
Let's play a song.
Okay, this song is called Whatever You Say It Is, It Isn't.
Yeah.
We've already discussed this one.
Yeah.
This is with Joe Philogene.
It's what you're hearing underneath.
You're hearing it right now. Shout out Joe Philogene. That's a cool name. Philogene. But Joe Philogene.
Joe Philogene is a cool name. And Joe Philogene is just about the coolest dude in the entire world.
Yeah, so. He's a bit cool. He makes us look way less cool than we actually are.
I think it's the other way around. He makes us look cooler than we actually are.
But he's so cool. He makes you and I look less cool. Like we're not cool, is what I'm trying to get at.
But thanks Joe for making us look cool.
Thanks Joe.
And spin the tune.
Okay.
Whatever you say it is, it isn't.
for minimizing stress. Bloody wrong, wrong, wrong. What we said it was is useless just because it's all wrong, wrong, wrong.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah, it's a good tune. It's great.
Yeah.
This, to say, well, I mentioned before, but that piece of music jumped out at us from Joe's set, didn't it?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I had that track, the instrumental of this one, on repeat for a long time. With the Joe ones, it was a bit hard because this actual instrumental stuck out amongst the others so much as like it's so kind of perfect. And there's only 3 instruments in it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's the most like our older stuff, our improv stuff, which is always built around a bit of minimalism. Cause
this one overdub wise is it had us all playing percussion.
Yeah.
So see what you can hear now. Okay, that's the Ngoni and the synth,
Yeah.
the bass synth. Yeah. I played like an organy thing,
Yeah.
and then Joe played drums, and you and I played shakers. I
Yeah,
think
eggs.
that's right. Eggs,
We
egg
were on the
shakers.
eggs.
So all the egg shaking. Me
Yeah.
and Andy, baby.
So we're not a very vegan band. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Shaking those eggs.
shaking real eggs is pointless.
I see you, bossy. Shaking those eggs.
Making
those
making
eggs.
those sounds. yeah, man. That was a great tune. I love that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, just as a quick aside for that, like whatever you say it is, it isn't, was an old song title of mine. I've had that song title since I was like in my early 20s. So
Really?
it's been around for 20 years. And it's one of those, I think pretty much anyone that's written music for a long time will have a handful of ideas and concepts that sit in their mind, but they wait for the moment when it's the best to use it. Like, and again, this was one of them. Like,
Right, we've got to wait for the right moment, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with the title of the record.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we wanted to call something else it wasn't the right time, so we didn't. And then this project came up,
Yeah, and
and
it's
this
the perfect
competition,
title
and we
for
were
it.
like, well, this is, you got to do something quickly. 2 a.m. is mission time.
2 o'clock, it's mission time. It did have an
Mission
original
time,
song, didn't it?
Mission
That was
time. 2 o'clock, it's mission time. Mission time.
mission time. Yeah.
And basically one day we woke up at 2 o'clock and went on a mission.
Well,
and sang that song a lot.
there's a bit more to that story.
Yeah, we've explained it in
previously
previous
explained it,
podcasts, I think.
Have we?
Yeah,
But this is the album.
so we should
talked to
explain
Mission
it.
Time.
Explain it again.
We were in Amsterdam with a friend, and she fell a bit ill, and so she spent the day in bed, and we went out and had some just brother fun. We had a nice fun day. We
Yeah.
came back quite late.
Had a great day.
And then she woke up just before 2 o'clock, being really sick. I think she really desperately needed water, and the hotel we were staying in didn't have a water supply.
I don't know if you can call it a hotel.
The
accommodation,
building we were staying
the derelict
in.
building that we were in. we had no sink.
We had a shower.
We had a shower and a toilet, but
Yeah.
no sinks. We had to brush our teeth and stuff in the shower. And I guess our friend wasn't comfortable drinking water from the shower. So
Which is fair
she
enough.
woke up and was like, I desperately need water. I'm not feeling great. Andy and I, after having a super mega fun day, had like a couple of hours sleep, woke up and was like, okay, we'll go and get you water. It's
2 o'clock, it's mission time.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We will find you water somewhere in the slight outskirts of Amsterdam.
Yeah, and we walked around for at least an hour.
Ages.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I couldn't tell you how long
And it was probably the funniest hour.
ever. Yeah, it was brilliant.
And we managed to find water.
Yeah, quick. Yeah. We found water in a video store.
Yeah.
If you remember them, that's how long ago, right? I was 19 or something, or 20.
Yeah.
So we're going 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah. Anyway.
And yeah, I'm pleased that we finally got to call a record 2 a.m. It's mission time. Anyway, yeah, that was the story of how it came about.
Okay. Should we go back to the diary?
It makes sense. It's a theme that appears to be working for us, so we should carry on.
Day 13, Friday the 13th. Ooh, that's a bit scary. Of May
Ooh.
2022.
Ooh, the accent changed quite heavily on that intro.
It did. It's because I got a bit scared. Because, oh no,
Are you-
Friday the 13th.
Are you a person that worries about that?
No, not really.
Not superstitious?
I'm not that superstitious, no.
It's just a day, innit?
Well, yeah. That doesn't really make any sense.
It's amazing how many roads don't have the number 13. In fact, my road doesn't have the number 13.
It is considered an unlucky number.
Why?
Well, that's a whole nother podcast which we could do.
Okay, sorry, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
This is 2 a.m. It's mission time,
exactly.
not Friday the 13th. Why does everyone hate the number 13?
It's all to do with the moon. But anyway, yeah. So, oh no, Friday the 13th, meh. I guess we were a bit obsessed with meh, because that's in Catch a Clue.
Was this your blog?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I read.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
I'm not superstitious. And although I am a fan of horror films, the Friday the 13th series is not high up there in my estimations. Nightmare on Elm Street is much better. Give me Freddy anytime.
Mercury.
He's not in Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, they would have been completely different films, wouldn't they?
Give me Freddy. So I wasn't called Freddie Mercury, Freddy Krueger.
We should do that. Nightmare on Elm Street, but remake it with Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
He turns up in your dreams singing songs to you.
Love it.
Murders you.
Okay.
Freddy,
just singing "Don't Stop Me Now" whilst brutally murdering you.
Kill me now. I've bleeding such a long time.
Oh, the victim singing, not Freddie Mercury. The victim is saying, "Stop stabbing me now."
Okay, well we'll develop this idea further.
Okay, it's a good idea anyway. You go on podcast number 30.
So I had one final set of lyrics in me for the album project. So I was wrong, there wasn't two, it was only one. And today, Remission, song 22, was born on the beach in the sunrise sun. Before celebrating this achievement, I had to go back and do some tweaking of Catch a Clue, which was song 15. This afternoon, I sat on the beach and did an entire album run through, with the exception of A Step Too Far, because I don't have Nick's bits written down. I did listen to it and do my bits at least. So we have 13 songs. Don't think we will be submitting all of them to the album. We had originally decided 11 was enough, but we shall see. The purpose of having the extras is so we can drop anything that isn't working, rather than losing time on perfecting something up that
we're not sure
that will do just that. Take our precious time.
Okay, so I've got a question. So that was the last song written, Remission. Yeah. So I was away. I remember you texting me going, "Bro, I've written the final set of lyrics." So when did we write 1984? Because that's the only one that hasn't been mentioned. So that must have come about at some point.
Yeah, it would have been in that period, I think, because it's listed on the next bit.
So it's 1984.
So after whatever you say,
it's one of the it's one of the songs we recorded earlier. Right, it's not one of the last 5.
No, so I'm not quite sure why that's missing. I obviously didn't note down.
No. But yeah, that was written at some point during this period as well.
I think I know why, because that existed as a concept of lyrics that I more tweaked to fit rather than starting them from scratch.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have that idea earlier in the process as well?
Again, it's another one of my ideas I've wanted to do for a while, so it seemed appropriate.
Cool. So that's it. So by day 13, by the Friday the 13th of May 2022, we had 13 pieces of music, all with a vocal written.
So it says here is the full list as of Friday the 13th of May, and in order of writing it is Hurricane Came, Money Pwease, A Step Too Far, Whatever You Say It Is, It Isn't, Stop Saying 1984 to Make a Point, Patient Mystery, Quilt, Catch a Clue, Isle of Avalon, Closed to the Public, Here's Tom with the Weather, Bards for Hire, and Remission.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the 13. The other thing that happened just as I finished up Catch a Clue, which was the last one I went in to tweak, was an amazing sun halo signalling cosmically to me that I was done and need lyric no more. And fascinatingly, because I've actually peppered this blog with pictures, I'm just going to quickly show Nick.
Okay. It's probably not great for the podcast. But
there's a nice story to it. Look, see, so look, this is the picture that I took of me looking up the moment I'd finished.
Let me explain. It's a picture of Andy with his headphones in, closing his eyes, staring at the sky. Yeah. It's a pretty beautiful photo, if I'm honest.
Thanks. And a little funny side bit about that is that Abby has that photo as her screensaver. So when she opens the phone, she sees me in my state of lyrical bliss.
If I remember rightly, earlier, Theo opened Abby's phone, saw a picture of you, and went, Uncle Andy.
Yeah, he did.
Ledge.
So yeah.
So day 13, we were exactly where we wanted to be.
Yeah, well that's it. All the song lyrics existed for 13 songs.
And as mentioned, I was away on a stag do, so I didn't come back till the Sunday. Yeah. So I was away Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you kind of had done everything you needed to do, I assume.
I was waiting for your return.
No, I was coming back.
Yeah, so shall I read the next?
Do the next day, mate. Do it. Yeah, it's worth doing it.
Year 14, Saturday, 14th of May, 2022.
Okay.
The sun has blessed us with a wonderful day, but alas, I have no more lyrics to write. So instead, it's practice. I don't know why I've changed this voice. Do you like it? I'm going to continue with it.
Yeah, continue. Yeah, see.
I have begun the writing up process, refining the lyrics to make sure they fit right with the music, moving words around, dropping little useless words, and adding extra words where a vocal beat is missing. It's fun stuff indeed. Well, the devil is in the detail, and it's this pass of the lyrics that will catch out any non-working bits. It has proven to be a strange process, given that Nick and I are more familiar with working with improvisation, where we have no choice but to lean in on what we've done. Mm-hmm. Having the ability to refine and tweak before recording is a bit of a novelty. Mm-hmm. I quite like that voice, mate.
Yeah, it's good. You're quite good at it. It's a little bit Bond-esque.
Or Bond villain.
Bond villain.
More
no,
Bond villain.
They're Russian, aren't they? They're all Russian.
All Russian Bond villains.
Most of them are Russian.
Well, which Bond was that then? I mean, Sean Connery.
It's just a little bit. I said a little bit Bond. Right? Don't get too excited.
I'm going Sean Connery.
I'm not saying maybe you should audition to play the next James Bond.
No, I wouldn't. Isn't Idris Elba up for it?
I hope so, because he's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about the James Bond series, if I'm honest.
Me neither.
So that's another podcast. Don't worry about that. We'll do that another time.
Yeah, check back
why
later
we
on
hate James Bond.
Why we don't care about.
Yeah. I don't
Bond.
just have no interest really.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know what happens in them all.
Things.
Yeah, Russians.
Things, Russian business.
Yeah.
Anyway,
cars.
Should we move on to the last day then?
Last day
of part one.
Last day. So last day of part one. So what we'll do is we'll explain this day, and then you're going to hear the final song, right? Yeah. Or the first song.
Yeah.
Or the final song of this part. Sorry.
Track 6 of 2 a.m. at Mission Time.
Okay.
So anyway, day 15, Sunday, 15th of May, 2022. It's got no dick. Anyway, continuing the writing up process, refining, etc. All the songs are now in there with the tweaked lyrics. Time to practice.
So 2 days of practicing.
So where I've written that, continuing writing, is I have a book that I write all the lyrics up in.
Yeah.
In fact, in the videos you can see it occasionally because I'm holding it and reading them off of that.
Yeah, it is. So you practice, but you didn't learn them, eh?
Well, that's true. I could have probably learned. I could have, but there was 12 of the bad boys to.
I also think what's actually interesting is you practice, and actually remember you being well rehearsed, but things always go slightly different, don't they? So you go away and tweak it, but when it comes to recording, you're tweaking it on the fly anyway.
But what I guess, because again we were doing this all in such a quick succession, it meant I could only fit in as much practice as I could. Of course, it wasn't like I had a month to practice them.
You also go in 12 songs. You're not going. You've got to learn this one vocal. You've got to learn 12 sets of lyrics,
and equally, I was purposefully challenging myself as a singer. I wanted to make sure that I was writing interesting stuff and not playing anything safe.
Well, this was a songwriting competition. Yeah. So although we very much looked at our project as an album like we planned to, it was showing off our songwriting skills, right? We tried different things, like, as you know, if you listen to Bos, like we try and play around and have some fun and make dance music. We're not DJs or anything, like we just try and have some fun. So this was a record of trying to make 12 interesting different things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of practice went into certain ones. Other ones were much easier. Like something like Bards for Hire didn't require much practice.
Yeah.
Because it's all following, it's very straightforward.
Yeah.
But something like Catch a Clue, that took that was the one that I sat down and must have looked like a complete Benny on the beach, where people were watching me going, you never really see what you think you see. It's the Codex Super Chemistry.
Were you singing them out loud on the beach then?
Well, yeah, because I had to get how my
voice going to work in your voice.
I couldn't just sing it in my head, because that was not helpful.
Of course.
So yeah, I probably did look a bit strange. But yeah, that takes us to the middle of the month.
Middle of the month. So middle of the month, we were exactly where we wanted to be.
Yeah, we had all the songs written and all the music. I think bar quilt overdubs.
Yeah, so like just quickly, quite early on, we made the decision of doing 11 songs. Our original aim was to do 11.
Yeah.
And then that quickly became 12. I think because we were like, we're gonna have 13 for this. We'll keep. We took off the only one that didn't really feel suitable for it.
Yeah, it was a step too far. Is ironically, it's a step too far. Like it just doesn't thematically fit with what we're doing.
Yeah. And the style and the concept of the record.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, look, this has been part 1 of our making an album in a month. We're Nick and Andy. We are Cosmic Bos. We're going to play you the last song.
We are. And by the way, if you want to go and buy the album from Bandcamp. And if you want to hear the whole thing, it's on Spotify and all of that lot as well. Yeah. But, buy it.
There's also lots of videos and stuff.
There's loads of videos.
Lots. We keep doing videos, and we filmed the whole thing. By the way, we filmed us making all of this stuff, because why not? Right? Yeah. Why not? We're gonna show people how we've done it.
In the future, we are not long from now. We will put out a documentary visual version of this.
That's the plan.
This has been part 1 of making an album in a month.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and part 2 will be next, and we're gonna finish this part on.
You're going to sing us out, aren't you?
I'm going to sing us out.
This is Nick's tune.
This is a live recording of me singing us out. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do it right now.
You can do it live?
Yeah.
I think you should just play the song.
Okay, but I'm going to sing along with it, but I won't record it.
Okay, don't record it. Yeah, cool.
All right, well, thanks for listening, everyone. Like, share, subscribe, all the stuff that you like to do to help us.
Comments are good.
Buy our records, share it, all that nonsense. And this is Patient Mystery.
Yeah. Anything
else to add?
No.
All right, we'll see you in part 2.
Patiently unraveling the mystery. Rabbit with a headlight history, a borderline catastrophe. Tension tense and there to be fixated on intensively. Expert with the expertise, handled so professionally. Yet it's back to basics, and when you reach the end, no one believes the great pretend. Embrace the life if you're gonna change. Smile with every step that you are going to take. Hold on to the mystery and let go of the misery. Pick yourself up and try again, again. Waiting, disappointment understated. Ration out the passion, changes back in fashion. Always keep playing, never cashing. Still back to basics, so when you reach the end, don't give in to the great pretend. Embrace the life if you're gonna change. step that you are going to take. Hold on to the mystery, let go of the misery. Pick yourself up and try again, again, again. What you think, Watson? I don't think we can solve this one. Embrace the life if you're gonna change. Smile with every step that you are going to take. Hold on to the mystery and let go of the misery. Pick yourself up and try again, again.